What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I've got just like a small kind of haul of a few volumes of manga and a few comics, and mainly just going to be going through those and giving like a small channel update about videos and stuff that I want to do and like the channel going forward. So that's literally it. It's just going to be like a quick video. Well, I say that a lot of times and it ends up being like 20 minutes long, but a few things I want to say just before getting into it is firstly, thank you so much for the support on the collection video, my most viewed video by far on the channel, and like the response and interaction in the comments was really nice. So always great to just like kind of talk to people with similar interests and have conversations about manga and stuff, get recommendations, and talk to people that definitely know far more than me about the art form and the medium. So awesome. So thank you so much for that, and I hope you guys continue to support me. Now I'm going to start like putting out content again. Secondly, I'm kind of trying to figure out a new setup. The table that I used to record my old videos on, I no longer have, so I'm just trying to figure out a new way to, and like location to kind of form my videos. So it may change a bit over the next few videos, so just bear with me. And let me kind of know what you think of the setup going forward, the lighting and stuff like that. I've just been trying to figure it out, so I'll try a few different things probably over the next few videos just to kind of find something that sticks and works. So yeah, just let me know and kind of bear with me on that. But yeah, let's just get kind of straight into the manga. So the first thing I've got is Sakamoto Days, volumes 4 to 6. A shonen that I was kind of expecting to be more of a comedy, but it definitely is that. But it's actually got way more action than I kind of anticipated and expected from it. And the flow and like drawings during the action scenes are like amazing, way better than I expected them to be. I was just expecting like a mostly comedy series with a bit of action here and there, but kind of a bit more like Way of the House Husband. That's not very like action heavy or anything, but no, this is definitely more of a shonen than kind of meets the eye when you read the description and have like a look at the first volume. But still, nonetheless, the series is still amazing, and the art, like I said, just way better than I expected it to be. I think it's currently on volume 10 now in English, so I'm still a bit behind. So I'm probably gonna like catch up to date with it and then read all the volumes. Really looking forward to that, and this is definitely a series that I'd like to make a video on going forward, or videos. And if you guys have read it, just kind of let me know if it continues to be as good as it is in those first few, if it's consistent. I'm not too sure about an anime adaptation for it, if it's been confirmed or anything like that, but if it's done by a good studio who can do action well, I'm sure it will go down a treat. Next up, we've got probably one of my favorite ongoing manga, and maybe even one of my favorite of all time, and that is Komi Can't Communicate. This is just me kind of getting up to date with the series, more or less. I mean, I am still a few volumes behind, but I've just got the ones that I was missing. But yeah, this is a 4-koma manga that's like kind of a comedy with some romance elements, light romance elements, and like different storylines every few pages and stuff like that. But there is one continuous kind of overarching plot going throughout the series of Komi trying to make the 100 friends. I mean, you must have heard of it by now. It's quite popular, and for a comedy manga, it's running for quite a long time. Volume 20 here, 22, and the covers are always really wholesome and nice. I think what I like about the series is just it's got a wholesome element that not a lot of other manga do. Or stuff that I'm reading, like if I'm going to read a pretty depressing shonen or something, like coming off the back of the Shibuya arc, Komi's kind of the perfect series to read and just experience some wholesomeness. Probably my favorite cover of the whole series. 24. And I remember just reading the first volume when it was the only one out, and to see how the series has progressed is amazing. And volume 25, that's all I've got. I think it's currently on maybe 26 or 27. I'm not sure if it's even like nearing a conclusion or anything like that. So if you guys have any idea, let me know in the comments. And speaking of the Shibuya arc, the next manga I've got is Jujutsu Kaisen. I've got up to date on this now. This is volume 17 to 21, which I'm going to show off, which is everything kind of post Shibuya arc. There's a few chapters at the end of volume 16, and then everything from 17 onwards is post Shibuya arc season 2 of the anime, which has just ended. outside of obviously all the controversy with the animators, it was definitely the anime of the year. Animation quality was amazing, and just like the manga, all the fights and the flow of the arc make it by far one of the best shonen arcs that there is, in my opinion, at least. I won't open up too many of these volumes just in case of spoilers. It's volume 18 here. But I am very excited to read this. Definitely another series that I want to make a video on. I'm not sure if I should start volume reviews from the beginning or just kind of pick up from season 2 and the end of the Shibuya arc. I don't know if you guys prefer me to start from the beginning like I did with My Hero, or if I should just pick up from here. Just let me know. Also, all the characters on these covers are all characters I have no idea about. Brand new characters to me, so I'm interested to see them in action and stuff. Character design in Jujutsu Kaisen is always amazing, so they all look interesting and unique, that's for sure. Now we hit the peak of wholesomeness with Komi. We're probably going to hit the peak of depression with this next series, and that is Goodnight Punpun. I got the rest of the series. I had volume 1 in my collection video. I've picked up the remaining 6 volumes for the series. Haven't picked it up yet, I haven't read it. I think this is definitely one of those series where you've got to be in a very specific mind frame and time period to kind of read and enjoy and experience it, because I'm not exactly sure what happens in it, but from what you hear about the series, like, it's heavy stuff, right? So you definitely got to be prepared kind of for the story. So I'm excited to get into it because people talk about it like it is one of the greatest mangas of all time, but it also comes with a lot of warnings before getting into it. So big fan of the covers and stuff. It seems to reflect kind of the tone of the series well, and the spines connect together to make Punpun's face, which is cool. Yeah, and that's the 7-volume run. I believe there are 2-in-1s of the original run, with the exception of this final volume, which is just what would be probably the 15th volume, 14th volume of the series. But yeah, so I am excited to get into it, but like I said, it's going to be some heavy shit, and even though Solana was probably one of his lighter works, even that was quite emotionally taxing with some of the stuff that happens in it. So if Punpun's worse, I'm definitely expecting it to be heavy. And the penultimate manga is one that I had in the collection video, probably about half of, and that is Haikyuu. I had kind of odd volumes here and there, so I'm just going to show off the entire series from the beginning of it to the end, even though some of them I already had. But it's a 45-volume run, so I'm just going to be flicking through the covers. I'll just show the art of this first one so you can kind of get an idea of the art style, but other than that, I'll just flick through the covers. And whilst I'm doing that, I'll just talk about kind of future video ideas and stuff like that now that I'm back on the channel. So generally, in terms of manga content, I'll be doing probably hauls. I only typically tend to do hauls when I feel like I've got enough volumes to show off, not really any specific months or things like that. So that's going to be one thing. Obviously, series reviews I need to get back on. I only think I did a few on the channel beforehand, so I've got quite a few like completed series that I haven't reviewed yet. The second half of Naruto, for example, and longer series like Bleach, which I've finished recently, I'll probably split into a few reviews, maybe 3 separate reviews. And for a different certain pirate series, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, I will review them in a different kind of way, but generally it will just be like a series review video for not reasonably long series, just a series in general. For example, when I finish Attack on Titan, that will just be like one video. It's only for those like really long shonen series, which they'll be split up. And then in terms of volume reviews, the only series I was doing that for previously was My Hero and Promised Neverland, so I will finish Promised Neverland and catch up today with My Hero, and then other than that, Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely one I want to talk about, potentially Haikyuu. But if there's anything that you saw in the collection video which you want to see me speak about, like volume by volume, then just let me know what series that would be. And I would be happy to talk about it on a volume by volume basis. Getting to volume 17 here. And then other than that, it's just generally talking about manga content, things that I find interesting. if there's anything that really catches my eye that isn't like a complete series or something ongoing, first impressions, things like this is like kind of the main stuff you're going to be seeing on the channel. I will probably delve into more comic book related stuff as well. I'm trying to get through my comic collection at the minute, so there'll probably be a few more comic book videos coming up over the next few months. And also, I'm considering maybe doing a few videos based on games and stuff, like my top 10 games of the last year, things like that. If that's something you're interested in, then just let me know. It's probably not something that I'm going to do very frequently, considering this is like a predominantly manga based channel, but if that's something you'd like to see, showcase the spines in the back as well, then yeah, just let me know in that aspect, because gaming is obviously another one of my passions that I don't really speak about too much on the channel, but it's definitely something I'm passionate about and into. So yeah, other than that, if there's any specific videos you guys would like to see, anything you want me to talk about, anime, manga related, comics, games, literally anything, and there's something you want to like open a discussion about and see a video about, then yeah, definitely let me know. I want to make like content that you guys enjoy and are looking forward to, and things that you want to see. So yeah, that's basically kind of the talk mainly about the channel. It's not really a big thing. I'm just coming back, attempting to make between like 2 and 4 videos a week, depending on like how much stuff there is to talk about and how much content like I put together. But yeah, so now I'll probably just go back into talking about the manga. So the main reason I wanted to get Haikyuu, and I actually think I'm at the perfect volume now for it, is that I wanted to pick up from where season 4 ends, because I'm not too sure they're going to be able to cover the content well across 2 movies, and I kind of wanted to experience it in its original format in a way that the writer is happy with kind of ending it, because it feels like it's about maybe 12 or 13 volumes that they're going to try and cover over the course of 2 movies. For me personally, it seems a bit unrealistic. It seems like they're either going to rush a lot of stuff or skip a lot of stuff, so I just kind of want to experience it in the manga form and how the mangaka intended it. Haikyuu is probably in my top 3 anime, so it's kind of disappointing to see it go that way. And like the movies may still be good. I'm not really saying that they're definitely going to be bad, but it just seems like they're giving themselves a lot to do in quite a short time. So I guess we'll just have to see how they handle it. Volume 39 here. But yeah, I'm going to just read it from the beginning and experience a lot of my favourite moments again in manga form. The matches against Alba Josai and Shiro Torizawa are both amazing. Probably my favourite 2 moments in the series. And these covers as well, as you go from strength to strength. I'll show a bit of the art like later on in the series, see how it progresses. Volume 43, 44, and the very final volume of the series, volume 45, the end of Haikyuu. And I'm looking forward to experiencing the journey, because you do hear good things about Haikyuu. The ending was one of those ones where people just said, yeah, it's an ending. Not like the best in the world, but I feel like sports series are always kind of difficult to end. And sports series in general, I'd say, are quite difficult to do, because obviously you want your team to kind of win matches. It only seems like it's really going to go one way, but being able to write entertaining and like close matches, I think, are what makes the sports series really good. And Haikyuu does that a lot of the time. So yeah, amazing sports series. Obviously, if you haven't heard about it, get into it. Read the manga, watch the anime. Either way, it's amazing. The final manga I've got for the video is quite niche. Don't know if you may have heard of it. A little thing called One Piece. And ironically, the final video that I made before the collection video, which I came back with, was actually One Piece box set 1 unboxing. And here I am in my next video, 2 videos later, talking about box set 4. In this box set is volume 71 to 90. I've already taken all the volumes out, so I'll just try and show off. It's quite close to the camera, so just trying to show off the front and back quickly. That's the back of it, and then I will show you guys the volumes of One Piece that I've got. So first of all, these are the extras in the box set. This, for me personally, is probably the laziest like booklet thing that they've put in a manga box set. These are like those little stories that he does between chapters. But if these are, it says that they're from specific chapters, so if these are actually in the manga volumes themselves, then for me, this is the weakest like little edition booklet that they've put in any of the any Viz box set that I've got, because you can literally get this content in the manga in the same box set. So yeah, not really happy with that. Like the other ones they gave was like the crossover with Naruto and or maybe Dragon Ball. I forget which series, but typically the content just seems a bit more thought out and stuff. This one just seems a bit lazy in my opinion. And then at least the poster they have is quite cool. I'll probably be displaying it on this side with the kid versions of the characters and the adults behind them. And then this is the other side, water park kind of vibes on this side. So now I will show off the actual volumes themselves. I'll tell you when I've stopped at the box set content and started with the actual just single purchased volumes. So this box set starts on volume 71. Not too sure about the arc names from here, because obviously New World is what they've just plastered on all the spines from volume 61 all the way through to Wano starts. So I wouldn't be able to tell you the exact arcs and where they start and stuff. In terms of where I am on One Piece right now, I've just finished Paramount War. It was actually the last manga that I was reading, and I've taken a small break just because reading 60 volumes is pretty much long enough for an entire series itself, and that's only just under half of what is out. And speaking of reviews that I was talking about earlier, the way that I probably will do the One Piece reviews is I'll probably do 2 arcs at a time. I think that's probably the best way to do it. That will give me enough like time in a single video to talk in detail about the content of the arcs. Because if I was just to talk about the series as an entirety, I just don't think that there would be enough time to kind of focus on specific things that I'd want to, as well as the fact that the series isn't even complete, so there wouldn't even be a review for it anytime soon. Volume 78 here. So, for example, starting with East Blue and Barak or Baroque. I'm never too sure how to pronounce that word. Baroque Works would be the first kind of One Piece review, and going forward we do 2 arcs at a time. But yeah, One Piece is one of those things that I definitely want to talk about. I mean, everyone's kind of had their say on One Piece. It's the best-selling manga, one of the most watched anime of all time. So, I mean, getting my take wouldn't exactly be new or anything, but it's still interesting to kind of offer up my opinion on One Piece, things that I didn't particularly like so far versus stuff that like other people are really, really big fans of. 84 there. I mean, from where I'm at now in One Piece, I would say that it's a very, very good manga with a few arcs that aren't really that good in my opinion, or aren't really too favourable. I wouldn't say any part of the series is bad by any stretch of the imagination, but there are definitely arcs which I thought were a lot weaker than the rest of the series. 87 there. This is an awesome cover. I will say that One Piece has probably got my favourite covers and spines out of all the big 3. I don't really mind the single character spines that Bleach has, but I just like these. It kind of reflects the chaos of the series. And the final volume that is in the box set here is volume 90, which is the start of Wano. But I've also got the rest of the volumes up to date, which the first times I've bought. So I just realised this is in the wrong order. 1 second, the watch off here. Volumes 94, and then in the correct order, 91. But yeah, these are the first volumes that I bought outside of collecting them in a box set. Volume 92 there with Kid Luffy. Volume 93. What I will say is I do like the way that Oda, it both is good and kind of annoying the way that Oda kind of puts things in the series at certain points and then doesn't come back to them for quite a long time. It does help create this massive world, but at the same time, you're setting up kind of things that aren't relevant for a long time. So there are like pros and cons. It depends what kind of series you're looking for. Like with Ace, for example, introducing him in Alabasta and then he doesn't come back again until he fights Blackbeard. It's like things like that. They can work for some people and for others, maybe not. I like it most of the time because, like I said, it does help create kind of a big world. Like there's a lot going on and there's a world outside of what's just happening with the Straw Hats and stuff. And then the 3 volumes here I'll try to put side by side. The first series in my collection with 100 volumes. And volume 101 here. It just feels crazy to see like this shonen cover with 3 digits on it. It's just wild, but this is awesome. The 3 cover spread definitely deserves it when your series gets to this many volumes. And very much looking forward to kind of getting to this bit. But yeah, awesome. Completely awesome. And I'll just show off the spines here as well, because again, One Piece has got some of the coolest spines, especially with the arcs on the side and stuff. Very cool. But yeah, almost complete here. Volume 102. Volume 103 with a certain gear there on the cover. Very cool. And then 104, which is up to date. The next volume to come out is 105, which I believe is the final volume of Wano. And then they're going to Egg Island, Egghead Island, Eggman Island, something like that. But yeah, I'm way off that in terms of content. Still at volume 61. But eventually we'll get back into One Piece. Right, so next up I've just got a few kind of comics to show off, and then that's the video. Alright, I've had to zoom out a bit to show off the comics. These are a few things that I got over the festive period. Speaking of, I know it's a bit late, but I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas period and had like a very good New Year celebration. Mine was pretty chill, pretty relaxed, so I'm hoping you guys can have the same, or if you went extravagant like for a New Year's party or something, hope you guys had a good time. So the first thing I want to show off here is The Last Ronin and The Last Ronin Lost Years. I don't know if I've spoken before about it, but I'm a massive Ninja Turtle fan. I absolutely love the Ninja Turtles. Some of my favourite kind of characters just in any media, so I had to pick this up. Very awesome. The story of one turtle still alive after the rest have died, and he goes around carrying all their weapons. Kind of just see this way darker in tone series from the turtles, where it's kind of grieving over the family and stuff. So very excited to get into that. And then also The Lost Years, which I believe is a collection of short stories and side stories from both before and after the events of the Last Ronin comic. So detailing like some of the stuff of the turtle still being alive, and then some of the stuff of like just after and whatnot, and other maybe side characters that appear in the Last Ronin. And these together on the shelf are going to look absolutely amazing. Show off the spines here. Sorry if that's not in focus. And then the next thing is even bigger, and that is the omnibuses for The Walking Dead. I've got 3, and I'll be showing off 4 and 5 behind me. This is the only one I'm going to take out and actually like kind of show you guys the actual volume 4, just because they're a bit difficult to get out. So I'm just going to have a quick cut, and then I'm going to show you guys kind of the content inside. So this is what it looks like without anything inside. Way lighter. The comic books, man, these are super heavy, and these are the spines here with the numbers on them. Very cool, but yeah, ridiculously heavy comics. I think each of these has 4 volumes of the original trade paperbacks in them. Then this is what the slipcover is. Also very cool. It has a few characters on it and some zombies. This is still, I believe, just after the prison stuff. I have watched the show, but in terms of the comic book, I think I've only read about 10 volumes worth of content. And then underneath that slipcover, we've just got kind of like in a lot of cases of omnibuses, just that black with the letters and the words there on the front. On the spine, a very similar case. Just check if I got the number on them. Yeah, it also has the number similar to the spine on the outside. And then I will detail some of the art. Apologies for my shoddy kind of showing off of the comic book here. Don't tend to show off too many comic books on the channel, so kind of got to get used to like the scale and stuff of them. But yeah, awesome. Very much looking forward to getting into it. Now I'll just show off the other 2 quickly, because this video is getting on a bit. Like I said, it's a short video, 24 minutes. Here's volume 4. Very cool. The spine there. You can usually see some of the art of the slipcover. It's just a bit close to show you guys. And then similar spine on the other side, The Walking Dead. And then finally, it's got Negan on the spine of this one, so this is definitely some Negan content. Although this specific zombie on the cover, for some reason, always reminds me of Beta from the Well, I've only ever seen him in the show, but obviously he's in the comic book as well. But yeah, volume 5. Very cool. 3 more volumes to go before the series is complete. And then I will read it and definitely make like a review video on it, that's for sure. But yeah, that is everything. Quite a bit of content. Gone on for quite a while. I've rambled on about a lot of stuff. Can never just stop rambling on about manga and anime and comics and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, really appreciate the support and hope you guys can support content going forward. And like I said, hope you have a really good New Year and New Christmas period. And yeah, hopefully you guys check out the future of the channel and the future of the content. And if there's anything specific you want to see, just let me know. Other than that, hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.